It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Taken in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Drew Sample, the intended receiver.
And it's third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
He's not going to get me. Check.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Down if you were me, you do this too. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Randy Bullock lining up for the point after.
Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off around the 40.
This return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niner 16. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and goal from the 1. Trying to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up in...
Incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm. And right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Yeah, started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
The running back.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Here we go. That's 36 to Mike. It's going to be a long day.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Taken down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And a give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
4th and goal.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right up any point and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part right now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Burrow will throw. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it, and I think the ball's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The end result, 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This will be caught at about the 6. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. He don't want it. 60 Eagles.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. For the lead, here's 3rd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? when they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Burrow's pass.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A toss left, Mixon. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Burrow on 3rd down. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. The pickup there, 5 yards. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and 6 from the 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here we go with Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So now Randy Bullock with an important field goal try here.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
At the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff working right. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. Today's final score.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Bengals, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.